Hey yo, I'm the M Loser and I'm back with another video. And before I start the video, I would ask you guys to watch this video at 2 times the speed. Now, without any further ado, let us jump into today's video. Today, I want to talk about the aftermath of UFC 300. As we all know, UFC 300 was a legendary fight card. Each and every fight was entertaining, apart from the Aljo and Calvin Kattar fight. Apart from that, each and every fight was entertaining. So today I'm going to discuss about the aftermaths of UFC 300, who's going to fight whom, the winners, the losers. We're going to talk about everybody. So first, I'm going to decide. First, I'm going to start with the winner of the main event, Alex Pereira, the current UFC light heavyweight champion of the world. Who should he fight next? First, for that, we need to take a look at the rankings of the UFC rankings, and let us take a look at the light heavyweight division. Magomed Ankalaev, in my opinion, he deserves it because Jiri Prochazka, he has already fought with Alex Pereira and he lost that fight. Uh, can he defeat Pereira? Well, anything can happen. This is UFC. But I think Magomed Ankalaev, after everything, I think he deserves the title shot. And this will be the toughest fight that Alex Pereira has had, will have in his UFC career, because Magomed Ankalaev, unlike any of Alex Pereira's previous opponents, knows how to wrestle. He is a much better wrestler compared to anybody that Alex Pereira has fought in his UFC career. Ankalaev is like 10 times better wrestler than Adesanya, Jamahal Hill, and Jiri Prochazka. So I want to see Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev maybe after 3-4 months. I don't know. International Fight Week, maybe. Who knows? Okay, he wants to fight in UFC 301. I do not think that will be a good idea because he needs to cut weight. We all know that. Even though he needs to cut less weight, but still he needs to cut weight. Cutting weight again after a month or so, less than a month, I believe. And fighting against an opponent like Ankalaev, it's not going to be a good idea. And I don't think Ankalaev is going to fight because there is Ramadan going on. So I don't think Ankalaev. Well, Ramadan is over, so yeah, Ankalaev might be fighting, right? So I don't know, man. I don't know. Ankalaev might be fighting him, but I don't think that'll be a very good idea for Pereira to take this fight. Okay, now let us talk about my man, the man who fought against Alex Pereira, who was on the receiving end of the knockout, Jamahal Hill. Sweet Dreams Hill. Sweet Dreams is what he got after the knockout from Alex Pereira. That wasn't so sweet. That would be more like a nightmare. Who should Jamahal Hill fight? Well, Jamahal Hill should fight Jiri Prochazka. They both lost to Alex Pereira, and they are both former light heavyweight champion. They both lost their fights. They both lost their belt outside the octagon. That is because of injury. So I don't want to see Jiri Prochazka versus Jamahal Hill. That'll be an interesting fight. That is my opinion. Nothing much to talk about it. Okay. Now, the co-main event, the women's strawweight champion Zhang Weili, one of my favorite fighters out there. Who should she fight? Well, I think her fight is going to be the toughest one compared to is going to be a tougher one compared to any of the other fighters because she'll be facing Tatiana Suarez. I don't think anyone else deserves a crack. Tatiana Suarez, a really good wrestler. I think she's a world champion or maybe a world silver medalist. I'm not sure about that. But Tatiana Suarez, her wrestling is way, way better than anyone that Weili has ever fought. And Weili depends on her grappling a lot more these days. I think Tatiana Suarez can probably win a unanimous decision or maybe even finish her with a submission. I see that happening. So yeah, again, who else is there now? Zhang Yan Xiaonan. Yan Xiaonan. Well, Yan, I don't know. Yan looked good. She looked good in the fight, but her grappling was not at the level of Jack Weili, and Weili seems to be a better compare. Like Weili is a champion. She has been in many 5 round fights. I think she's been on like what three, at least in 3 to 4 5 round fights. So she knows how to pace herself and she knows how to win. That's what champions do. They find a way to win. And as far as Yan Xiaonan is concerned, I don't know who should she fight next. Maybe Jessica Andrade, a rematch with Jessica Andrade, or maybe someone down the rankings. I don't know who she's going to fight next. I don't know much about the strawweight division, so I don't know. That will be the best answer for my side. Now, the superstar, the man that everybody's talking about after UFC 300, Max the Blessed Holloway. Uh, the BMF, the baddest motherfucker in UFC. He defeated Justin Gaethje, not just defeated him, destroyed him, and knocked him out in the last round with 1 second left to go. The match could have been a unanimous decision win for Holloway, but he won that fight with a knockout in the very last second of the last round. That just shows what an entertainer and what a BMF Max Holloway is. He is a baddest. He is the baddest. Let's just be honest. He takes fights that he doesn't need to take, and he fights like he's entertaining. He takes the risk and he gets the win. That's what makes him interesting. That's what makes him really good. Now, what should Max Holloway do? Well, Max has said that he wants to go down to the 145-pound division. That is, he wants to fight this man, Ilia Topuria, and maybe, well, Max wants to do that, but in my opinion, I don't think that will be a very good decision for Max because he has put on a lot of size, a good amount of size to get to the 155 pound, to get to lightweight. So for him to lose that 10 pounds, that extra 10 pounds, it's not going to be easy. Max is a really big featherweight. Even in lightweight, he looked really good against Gaethje. He looked like he's filled up. He looked like he belongs in the lightweight division. So I don't think it'll be a good decision in my opinion, it'll be a good thing for Max to go down and fight with Ilia Topuria. Because that weight cut is going to be really, really brutal. And Topuria is not a man. Well, that version of Max looked unbeatable, but then again, Topuria might find a way to win. So, if Max really wants to go there, I'm nobody to stop him. But in my opinion, after all the hard work that he has put into getting that weight on, I think he should fight somebody in the lightweight division because I think he can fight with Oliveira. Maybe he can fight with Dustin Poirier. That rematch is out there. And who else? He's already ranked number 9 with Conor and Chandler fighting. I don't know. Max has a lot of opportunities. He already has the BMF belt. I mean, he can defend it against someone and earn a lot of money. That is what I believe he should do. Because, I mean, apart from Ilia Topuria, I do not see anybody in the featherweight division give any trouble to Max Holloway. Yeah, of course, there is Alexander Volkanovski, but after the knockout from Ilia Topuria, he doesn't look that good, man. That knockout did hurt him a lot. And I'm fairly certain Alexander Volkanovski is going to get a rematch with Topuria before before Holloway. So, yeah, Holloway has a lot of options, but in my opinion, he should stay in lightweight and fight with other fighters because he has already been the champion at 145. So, and he looked really good in his last fight in the fight with Gaethje. So, yeah, that's my opinion. Okay, let's see who else. Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje, he has a record of 25-5, which is a really good record. 25 wins and 5 losses, and he has lost to Dustin Poirier, Eddie Alvarez, Habib Nurmagomedov, and who else? Max Holloway, and Charles Oliveira. Everybody that he has lost, like 4 out of 5 people that he has lost to are former UFC champions. Apart from Dustin, everyone else in this list is a former champion, and even Dustin was a interim champ. So, you know, I don't know what to do with Justin Gaethje. After that, he's already 35 years old. I do not see him becoming a champion. I do not see him after that beatdown, after the knockdown that he had against Holloway. I do not see him going up, and I do not see him fighting against Makachev and winning. And the other fighters like Oliveira are also going to be dangerous for him. So I think he should take some time, really rest well. And even if he wants to retire, in my opinion, it's not going to be a bad idea if he retires, because he has had his moments. He will always be remembered as one of the best fighters to fight in UFC. And I do not see him winning a championship belt right now, so I think he should consider retirement. I do not want to see him take damage because he took a similar damage that Tony Ferguson took in his fight against Gaethje. So I do not want to see him get more hurt. I don't want, so yeah. So, and I think Justin Gaethje is ranked what, number three? Who does he fight? Dustin Poirier again? Matthews Gamrot? I'm telling you, Matthews Gamrot will win by a split decision somehow. Maybe he can fight with Daniel Dariush since they both lost their last fight. So yeah, Michael Chandler is already going to fight with Conor McGregor, so he's not going to fight anybody. Uh, yeah, I think he should just take some time off. That's what he should do, at least, if not retirement. Okay, Arman Tsarukyan. Well, there is only one logical explanation, one logical fight for Arman Tsarukyan, and that fight is going to be for the lightweight championship against this man, Makachev. That is only what makes sense. But against the winner of Makachev versus Poirier, I'm going to tell you, Makachev is going to finish Dustin Poirier probably in round two with a rear naked choke or an arm, maybe an arm triangle. That is what I predict in the beginning of this fight. I do not think Dustin has the tools to defeat Makachev, because Dustin will pull a guillotine and he'll go to the ground, and at the end of the day, we'll know it's not a good idea to pull guillotine against Makachev. So yeah, so I would say Arman Tsarukyan should take some time, heal up, and then he should fight towards the end of this year. He should fight against Islam Makachev for the UFC lightweight championship belt. That's it. That is the only fight that makes sense. Charles Oliveira. Well, Charles did not. Charles did take some damage in this fight, but still, he has only lost to Makachev, and he won against Beneil Dariush. Arman Tsarukyan. He lost to Arman Tsarukyan, and I don't know who does he fight next. Charles Oliveira is ranked number two. He can fight against maybe Justin Gaethje if he wants to fight. Maybe Matthews Gamrot. I don't know what to do with Charles Oliveira. He defeats almost everybody in the division. He is that good, but he lost to Tsarukyan, and if he fights, I don't know, man. That's the only option left for Charles Oliveira. He can fight against somebody who is down the rankings, maybe Matthews Gamrot, or maybe, I don't know, Max Holloway. That will be a good fight. Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira. Yeah, I think that will be a very good fight. I would like to see that fight. So those are the two options for Charles Oliveira. One would be against Max Holloway. The other one would be against probably Matthews Gamrot. Because look at this. He has defeated everybody. Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, Beneil Dariush, Michael Chandler. He has defeated all 1, 2, 3, 4. He has defeated all four of them. Apart from Matthews Gamrot, he has defeated almost all of them. Renato Moicano is ranked number 10 right now. So that I don't think Moicano is going to fight any of them. Moicano versus Hooker, because Moicano wants money, man. Moicano is not going to lose a fight. Moicano wants money. Let me tell you something, brother. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense, in my opinion. Holloway versus Oliveira for 5 rounds. That'll be a really good fight. Bo Nickel. What do you do with Bo Nickel? Well, Bo Nickel is in a position where everybody expects him to be really good, but when he shows that he's at a certain level, we are really disappointed. The thing is, Bo Nickel is under a lot of pressure. Well, he's the NCAA 3-time champion, I believe, 4-time NCAA finalist. The dude has the best wrestling in middleweight division, arguably one of the best wrestlers in the entire UFC. But the problem is, he has had only 6 fights in his UFC career, and he's not ready for the top 15. I do not think he's ready for the top 15. Maybe he can defeat someone like Paul Craig, or I don't know, maybe Nasruddin Imavov, people who do not really have a lot of grappling. He can probably defeat them. But if you put him up against someone like Cairo Burhalo, or maybe Anthony Hernandez, Chris Curtis, he'll get into trouble. So I do not see anyone in the top 15 that Bo Nickel can defeat without really, like, yeah, until unless, like, I don't see anyone any of the named opponent, for example, Hamzat Chimaev, Bo will lose because Hamzat has better striking than Bo. So, and as far as wrestling is concerned, I know Bo is a better wrestler, but it's MMA wrestling. If Cody Brundage can defend your takedowns, then Hamzat will definitely defend them. So will Anthony Hernandez. And I think Caio Borralho. I think Caio Borralho is also a really good grappler. He is much better of a striker than Bo. So even Chris Curtis. Yeah, maybe Bo can take down Chris Curtis, but I think Chris, if Chris lands one punch on Bo, I don't think Bo will be able to handle that. Because Chris definitely has way better striking. Like, I don't know, maybe a 10 times, 10, 12 times, maybe 20 times better striking than Cody Brundage. So, yeah. So that's what I think about Bo. He should take his time. Maybe in the next 4 to 5 fights, he should fight a lot of other cans and improve his grappling. Then fight someone in the top 10 or top 15 when he's ready. He should take the Sean O'Malley route of fighting. That is what I believe. Because against any of these top 15, apart from Paul Craig and Nasruddin Imavov, maybe, I do not see any one of them losing to Bo Nickel. Not Chris Curtis, not Caio Borralho, not Anthony Hernandez, definitely not Hamzat Chimaev. Even Jack Hermanson looked really good in his last fight. I think he fought against Joe Pfeiffer. Yeah, I think Bo might be able to take him down and do some damage. Maybe Roman Tulidze, I don't know. But Paulo Costa, Brandon Allen, Paulo Costa, Marvin Vettori, Brendan Allen, I don't think none of them are losing against Bo because they have better striking than him. And I'm fairly certain they can defend some of his takedowns. And we already saw Bo was overwhelmed with Cody Brundage. That is not exactly a good sign. So for Bo Nickel, I don't know what to do with him. He should fight somebody. And yeah, whoever he fights, but I don't think he's ready for the top 15. I told you, if Bo Nickel cannot finish Cody Brundage in first round, he's not really that much of a hype. He's not worth that hype. He is good, but yeah, he can become a world champion in 185-pound division for sure, but he needs to pick his cards carefully because one knockout loss and your career can go downhill from there, or you can go become a champion in future like Makachev. But yeah, I don't think you should try to get knocked out in your UFC career. Like you should try to get knocked out. And who else now? What do we talk about? Cody Brundage. I don't care, man. I don't even know who this dude was unless he fought till he fought Bo Nickel. So call me a casual, but I don't know who Cody Brundage is. Maybe he'll fight some cans, whatever, man. Jiri Prochazka, like I said, Jiri Prochazka, he should fight against Jamahal Hill. That makes a lot of sense in my opinion. And what's Alexander Rakic? Well, Rakic looked good in the very first round. Even in second round, he kind of looked good. Maybe he can have a rematch against Jan Blachowicz, or he can fight against, I don't know who, Volkan Ozdemir that he has lost in the past. So, yeah, that will be an interesting, I would say that will be an interesting fight in my opinion against Volkan Ozdemir. I don't know. Maybe he can fight against, who else is there? Alexander Rakic is ranked number 5. Jan Blachowicz is number 4. So that makes sense. Maybe Nikita Krylov, maybe Johnny Walker, Khalil Rountree. That'll be an interesting fight. Khalil Rountree versus Alexander Rakic. They're both really good. They both really got really good striking. So that'll be an interesting fight. So yeah, I guess that's it for Rakic. Who's next? Aljo. Aljo has a lot of options. In my opinion, Aljo has probably the most number of options because whereas Aljamain Sterling is ranked number 8. So I think he should fight with maybe Josh Emmett, maybe Arnold Allen, Movsar Evloev, Yair Rodriguez, Brian Ortega. He should fight with any of them. I think his best shot will be against Arnold Allen because Arnold Allen is a good striker, but I think Aljamain Sterling can take him down for 5 rounds and win that fight. Like if it's a 3-round fight, I think he can take him down and win by unanimous decision. He can do the same thing with Josh Emmett. With Movsar, I don't think that'll be an easy thing to do against Movsar because he also has got good wrestling. Again, Yair, I think he can do the same thing. He can probably finish Yair Rodriguez on the ground, considering his grappling is trash. Yair's grappling is really bad. And Brian Ortega, but the most that I'll be interested in watching is Brian Ortega versus Aljamain Sterling because they are both got really good jiu-jitsu, really good grappling. And if Aljamain Sterling defeats Brian Ortega, then I can see him potentially fighting for the featherweight belt really soon. That will fast track his way. That is the way to fast track him because also 8, Brian 3, and Brian is a name in the featherweight division. So if Sterling, if also manages to win against Brian Ortega, then I can see him fighting for the UFC featherweight championship really, yeah, really soon because also he's pretty old at this age. How old is he? He's 34. So I would say, well, he already has the grappling. So I would like to see also versus Brian Ortega, maybe for 5 rounds, and the winner of the fight fights for the title next. I think that will be a very good fight. That makes more sense because if he defeats, even if he defeats Josh Emmett, he'll still need to fight someone else. Then again, because Mobster is undefeated, you got Brian Ortega who's on a winning streak now. So Max Holloway, I don't think Max should come back to featherweight because he has already proved that he is a really good featherweight champion. Yeah, maybe he can come back and avenge his loss against Volkanovski, but I think that will be better if Alexander Volkanovski and Max Holloway fight in the lightweight division. I think that makes more sense because then we will have, I don't know how to say, then it'll be more interesting because seeing, well, Volkanovski has already defeated Holloway 3 times in the featherweight division. So if they fight in the lightweight division, there will be some unknowns in that picture. So that'll be more interesting. Yeah, for Aljo, he has the most options. I think he should fight against Brian Ortega and fast track his way to the championship. That's it. I mean, he has already destroyed Calvin Kattar in that fight. He did not really hurt him that much, but come on, Calvin had no answer. So I think yeah, I mean, he has a lot of options, but I think his best fight would be against someone like Allen or Ortega, or maybe directly Ortega, and just then again skipping the line and fighting for the championship. Yeah, that makes sense in my opinion. So okay, Calvin Kattar, I don't know what you do with him. The dude could not even land like 20 punches. He landed 19 punches, and I don't think most of them were like significant strikes. I know they're counted as significant strikes, but come on, let's be honest, he didn't really do anything. Kyla Harrison and Holly Holm, I don't know what you do with Kyla Harrison. I have no idea. She can fight probably for the championship. She is 33 years old. She's actually not that old. She looks really old, but she's not that old. She's 33, which is okay. Who's the champion right now of the? I had no idea who's the champion. Okay, Raquel Pennington is the champion. I had no idea that Raquel Pennington is the champion. Well, Kyla Harrison is ranked number 4. Yeah, that makes sense. I think Kyla Harrison is going to fight for the title next. I think that is what makes sense because maybe Mayra Bueno Silva or maybe Caitlin Vieira, Juliana Pena. I think Kyla Harrison might get I don't know, she might get a fast track to the belt because she already defeated Holly Holm. And I mean, the rest of the fighters, I do not see them doing a lot of damage to Kyla because she has way better grappling than any of them. And I think her grappling is going to nullify a lot of their striking. So yeah, maybe she'll get a title shot next. Who knows? I have no idea. Holly Holm, she should retire. She's like 42, 43 years old. And yeah, I don't know. My man Diego Lopes. My man, the MVP in my opinion, the man who made the most out of UFC 300. Diego Lopes, I think he's ranked number 15. No, he's ranked number 14 right now. Well, Diego versus Dan Ige will be a good fight. Diego versus Bryce Mitchell is a really good fight because they're both really good grapplers. Bryce Mitchell is not much of a submission grappler, but he has got good grappling. I think Diego Lopes is a much better striker, and Bryce tends to get better as the fight goes on, whereas Diego tends to slow down as the fight goes on. So it will be a really good fight to watch, in my opinion. I would like to watch Diego Lopes versus Bryce Mitchell. I think that makes the most sense, in my opinion. Against Edson Barboza, I think he can win against Edson Barboza if he tries to take the fight to the ground. I think he might be able to submit Edson Barboza because the dude is that good. But if he tries to strike with Edson Barboza, it's never a good idea. Maybe they'll make a fight with Dan Ige. I think he can potentially win that. Look, he can win against all of them except for Aljamain because that will be a grappling heavy matchup. So I don't know if he's ready for Aljamain yet. But these guys, like Mitchell, Edson Barboza, there is a good chance he can win those fights. So yeah, keep a lookout for my man Diego Lopes. I think he was my lock. Like he was the one that I knew that he was going to win this fight, like first round TKO. And I made that prediction and that worked out. So Nick Yusuf, he's ranked number 5. He's on a 2-fight way. Ranked number 15. He's on a 2-fight losing streak, I believe. He won against Don Sheniz. I have no idea who Don Sheniz is. I have no idea who that dude is. And yeah, I don't know what to do with him, man. He can fight against maybe Calvin Kattar and he can fight. Maybe he can fight against Bryce Mitchell. No, I don't want to see him fight against some grappler. I would like to see him versus Giga Chikadze because why not? Those are the ones that make sense. Because Giga hasn't looked really good. Yeah, he's really injured. So yeah, I don't know, man, what to do with Sudhir Gusov. Like, I don't see the dude becoming a champion right now. So he's pretty old. How old is he? He's 30. So yeah, maybe he'll become a champion. Who knows? Renato Money Moicano. Moicano wants money. I cannot fucking lose, brother. I cannot lose. The man, the financial advisor, the man, the economist, the I don't know, the predictor. I don't know, the YouTuber, the fighter, the economist, everything that Renato Moicano is doing lately has been working for him. So he lost to RDA. I thought he won against RDA. Unanimous decision. He lost against RDA, but he's on a what? He's on a 1, 2, 3. He's on a 6 fight winning streak. Oh no, that's a great grappling matchup that he had against Chase Hooper. But he's on a 5 fight winning streak. That is against Jai Harbert, Alexander Hernandez, Brad Riddle, Drew Dober, Jalen Turner. Well, the fight that makes the most sense according to me right now for my man Renato Moicano is Renato Moicano versus Dan Hooker. That will be a big fight. That will be a money fight. People will tune you in to watch that fight because they both defeated Jalen Turner recently. And Renato even finished Jalen Turner, so that makes sense. Renato Moicano versus Max Holloway. Look, I'll be honest, Renato, my man, I love you, but uh, Renato is going to lose that fight. It's just that Max Holloway is that good. But Renato versus Fiziev or maybe Michael Chandler, who knows? Michael is or Renato versus Beneil de Rios, that'll be a good fight. I think Renato can probably win that fight. Who knows? Matthews Gamrot, I don't know. Yeah, if Matthews Gamrot, I would say Renato can win that fight. There is a possibility, but against Holloway, I do not see a lot of possibility. Of course, he can get a win, but because I can't lose, brother. Because he cannot lose, brother. So yeah. Uh, yeah, that's it. Like I want to see, and also Paddy Pimblett has said Renato Moicano versus Paddy Pimblett for tough 30, tough 40, whatever tough season of tough is going on right now. I'll be interested in that. I think he makes a lot of money out of it. I'll be interested. Jalen Turner, the man with the lowest fight IQ in the planet, he could have won that fight. He defeated. Look at his last 4 fights. He lost against Matthews Gamrot, Dan Hooker, Renato Moicano, and he won against Bobby Green. Like what the hell? What the hell, man? I think Renato Moicano, Jalen Turner. I mean, the I don't know what you call Drew Dober. I forgot his name. I think Drew Dober. There was a particular term that you use, the minority monger or something. Well, Drew Dober versus Jalen Turner is the fight to make. Well, as we all know, Drew Dober. I don't know if he's in the rankings right now. Well, how the hell is Bobby Green in the rankings? Oh yeah, I remember because Bobby Green defeated Grant Dawson, the dude, man. What the bloody god, the loser, dude. I mean, imagine you're like 20 something years old and you lost to Bobby Green that got finished by everybody. Benoit Saint Denis is still in there. Yeah, maybe Jalen Turner can fight against Benoit Saint Denis because they both are coming off a finish that they both got finished in their last fights. So I think it'll be an interesting fight in Benoit Saint Denis versus Turner. Maybe Jalen Turner versus RDA or somebody like that. Who knows? Jalen Turner, I think Drew Dober is already looking for a fight against Jalen Turner. So for unknown reasons, for unspecified reasons, but I think in that fight it'll be a good decision to bet for Drew Dober. I think Drew Dober wins that fight. I don't know why, but I feel like he might win that fight. Jessica Andrade versus Marina Rodriguez. Jessica Andrade, I don't know what to do with her. She's been winning a lot of fights lately. She wins one, she loses one, she wins one. So yeah, I won't be talking much about that. Bobby Green versus Jim Miller. I don't know if there is anything to talk about this. They both are really old fighters. They're still active. They're still doing well. Bobby Green is still doing well. Um, he won against. He lost to Jalen Turner. Maybe he can fight against RDA. Bobby Green versus RDA would be a good fight to old people, to old fighters going at it. I don't know. Anyone else in that? I think everyone else is going to hurt him. Like maybe Benoit and Denise, but I think he defeats him. Renato, I think Max Holloway will probably kill him. I don't know, man. Bobby Green, I don't know what to do with him. Jim Miller, well, he's still fighting. I don't know what to do with him. I don't know anybody outside the top 15. I know a couple of them, but yeah, whatever, man. Jim Miller, I don't know what you do with him. Davison Figueiredo is in the most exciting division right now. That is the bantamweight division. He's a part of that, so it'll be interesting. I think he's ranked number. What is his rank? He's ranked number 6. So Davison Figueiredo versus Henry Cejudo. well, in his podcast, Triple C has already said that he's interested in fighting against Javier Figueiredo if it comes to that. But in my opinion, Figueiredo should fight someone who's above him in the rankings. He's ranked number 6. He defeated Font already. Maybe him versus Song would be a good fight, but I don't know if Song will be given that fight. I think Song lost his last fight, right, against Pereira. Figueiredo versus Pereira, I don't know, man. That'll be a good fight. Corey Sandhagen probably wants to fight against Umar Nurmagomedov, and I think he's going to lose that fight. Umar will win that fight by unanimous decision. So Murab versus Sean O'Malley is the fight that I want to see. And apart from that, Piotr Jan, I think he's going to fight against probably, yeah, I think that'll be a good fight, dude. Davison Figueiredo versus Piotr Jan, because Marlon Vera, I think Piotr Jan is going to win that fight against Marlon Vera. But maybe, who knows, man. I'll be interested in Davison Figueiredo versus Henry Cejudo. Henry is old. I do not see him. But yeah, that'll be interesting. Yeah, Figueiredo has actually a lot of options because he's new to this division, and I don't know, man. Who do you put him against? I mean, he's definitely going to fight someone who's above him in the rankings. Maybe Umar, who knows? But it'll be interesting. Whoever fights with Davison Figueiredo, I'll be interested in that. And as far as Cody Garbrandt, what do you do with my man Cody Garbrandt? Cody Garbrandt, no love. Well, no love is what he's getting from the MMA gods. And I don't know what to do with him, man. I think he should just retire. The dude is on a crazy, he loses a lot. He has lost a lot of his fights. He has defeated Brian Kelleher. Nobody knows. Brian Kelleher is not exactly a good fighter. Travis Jones not exactly a good fighter. He lost to Kakara France, lost to Rob Font. Won against Rafael Asuncao. Then lost to Pedro Munoz, TJ Dillashaw. I don't know what to do with him. Yeah, honestly, I have no idea. So I guess that's it for the aftermath of UFC 300. Like I said, maybe Holloway versus Charles. Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev. That will be the fight that I'll be interested in seeing. And the rest of the fight, like I said in this video, yeah, a lot of exciting fights. I guess that's it from today's video. If you enjoyed the video, then please subscribe to my channel. I've got very few subscribers. If you enjoyed the video, then drop a like, and please share this video to your friends and family who like watching MMA. And yeah, that's it. Peace out, guys. Peace out.